Hey guys, welcome back to Tracy's Place. I am so glad that you're back with me. I know I say that a lot, but I really am glad that you come back day to day or once or twice or three times a week to my channel because I do not take that for granted. So I want to tell everybody I don't take that for granted and I am so glad that you're here. But anyway, getting to the subject of my MCA why. Why did I choose MCA? Why do I do what I do? As you all know, or most of you know, and then I'll just go over it a little bit for those who don't know. Maybe you're a new visitor to the channel. But I have been a semi stay at home mom for years. My oldest child is 20, well, he will be 28 in a few days, in 3 days, 2 days. He'll be 28 years old. Then I have a child that's 19 and I have one that is 13. So mines are spread out. I would not advise that, mothers. Although I love them all, that is not fun. My motherhood has been stretched for years. But I love them all. Wouldn't trade them for anything. But all along it's kind of been touch and go the whole time because I never wanted to leave my children and go out to work to get a job. And I'm not downplaying anybody who has done that. Like I said, I have done that. I've had to do that, a couple of times, while after they were born. But I didn't want to do it on a full-time basis. My oldest child, he stayed with his grandparents, off and on. I never took him to daycare. He stayed with grandparents sometimes, and I really went home more so full time when my second child was born, when my 19-year-old was born. And you have to have a why for everything that you do. You have to have a why for the job that you do. My husband makes a great income. He's a great provider and everything. But nowadays, as most people know, it takes two people to live a life that you want to live, I'd say, because people can't make it on one income. A lot of times you have to sacrifice a lot. But, we're living in this society now, and though I believe I'm not materialistic, there are things that I want, and there are things that I want to do. There are things that I want my children exposed to, and things that I want to be exposed to. I want to travel. I love eating, so I love to eat out. And different things like that. We have been, I guess, basically paycheck to paycheck. Oh my goodness, for the longest. It just seems like we could not get ahead. And, even to the point where sometimes people would say, you hear different relatives say, oh, they don't never have no money. He can't never do nothing. Just might as well not ask them, can they go? Because they can't go. And, you feel bad, although I was doing what I believed that I needed to do. I wanted to stay at home with my children for the most part. And, I didn't feel horrible, but there are still other things that I wanted to do. And I'll go back even further than MCA. My why for being an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur at heart since I was a child. I used to make things all the time. My neighbor would even say, watch me out of their window, and they'd say, oh, she's going to be an inventor. I would come up with some of just stuff to make when I was little out of boxes and stuff like that. So I've always had a knack for doing things with my hands. When I got a little older, I guess in my late teenage years and stuff, I started with crafts. My mother and father were both good with their hands. My mother was an entrepreneur. My father did and made and fixed everything under the sun. So those things just kind of came natural to me, just making stuff. So I knew I had that in my skill set. So I wanted to do something, with that. So that's why I make the crafts and, stuff like that. This is one of the cups that I make. But I make, oh my goodness, so many things. I started off making bridal bouquets when I was like 19 or 20 years old. So anyway, my why, and I'll go fast forward, MCA came about because I did not want to go back to work. There came a point where, with paycheck to paycheck, it had just gotten to both of us, me and my husband. And, he was like, you need to find a job and go back to work and blah, blah, blah. And in my head, not just rebutting against him or nothing, but I'm just like, I'm not going back to work. Not because I'm not better than that or anything. It's just not in me. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, like I said, and work. It's just not in me. It's just not in me. When I was there, I felt like I was closed in. I felt I forget the word for it, claustrophobic or whatever. I would cry at my desk. I was a receptionist at one point, and I would just cry. I mean, having to be somewhere for a certain amount of hours and having to ask people to take off, or if you were sick and you had to go in, and I couldn't do it. If you cannot tell, I'm almost close to tears now. But ugh. So anyway, so when this point came, like 2 years ago or whatever, a year ago, I was like, no, I have to do something. I have to do something. So MCA was there. I've been seeing it on YouTube and, Facebook and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, I want to try that. Because there's a lot of different work at home opportunities, but some of them seem like scams. Then I had to check MCA out doubly because there were people saying that it was a scam, and some people were saying, no, it's not. And I'd see people making money and showing proof that they were making money, going as far as to go to the bank with the teller and having the little thing on the computer read that it was from it. I was like, wow, these people are making money. So, I went ahead and started. I am a slow starter. And it took me a little while, and then I did not have a great, I hate to say that, but the sponsor that I had, did not work out. Some people have bad sponsors. Some people's sponsors don't train them at all. And so it just was not working out. He sent me to a website or wanted me to buy systems. And I'm like, there's got to be a way that, just the easier way. And so anyway, it took me a little bit to make money. They didn't, a good few weeks or so. And but yeah, I finally got the hang of it, and found other people that helped me, taught me, and I'm still in different groups and everything. And oh my goodness, what a turnaround. So my why also was going back to work at my age. I didn't think that I could find like a high paying job either. You never can say never, but I really didn't think so. I was back in the days of, receptionists and stuff like that, and just things that are going on now. I just don't think I have the training for it. Even up until, was it last year or 2 years ago, I was not a CNA, but PCA, patient care assistant. I went back and got the little training for that. Was it 6 years ago now? I think it was 6 or 7 years ago. I worked at the hospital for 5 years, and then I quit. The job is just not for me. So anyway, I didn't want to go back to work, but I still wanted, my why was, okay, MCA has unlimited potential for income. And I'm thinking, like, I don't want to go and get a job. And little things come to your mind as of what your whys are. When you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it could be that, like for me, I want to go out to church. I want to go out after church every Sunday if I can, to go out to eat. I don't want to come home and cook. I want to go out to eat on Fridays. I want to be able to go. I'm not a shopaholic, but I want to go when I go to the store and I see something. I don't want to say, oh, I can't get it. There's going to be some things that I can't get. But for a while there was just a lot of things that I just could not do. We could not go on vacation. We'd go and visit, relatives, go to a funeral, we go to a wedding, every now and then a family reunion. But it was like for just going out of town just for vacation. We didn't do that. I think we've done that maybe 3, possibly 4 times over the past 22 or so years. And that's not good. So there's just a lot of things that I wanted to do. And MCA and the other things that I do just gave me that potential to do that. And those are the reasons. I wanted to do more things with my children. I hated to tell them that, no, we can't do this today. We can't go here. We can't go there. Oh, mom, I want to go here. Or can I get this? Or can we go? And it's just like, no, no, can't get the amusement park season tickets. And you see other people doing it. And it's like, you don't want to. I never cared about keeping up with the Joneses, but there were just things that I wanted to do for me and my family. Another one of my whys is my father. He passed away in 2004 unexpectedly. But I had always wanted to do more things for him and for my mother too. But I'm talking about my father now because he's passed and that opportunity has passed. He was just a great father. And I always wanted to, like, me and him look. That's where I got my love of food from. We love to eat. So I always wanted to, like, take him out to lunch. I'm like, I'm going to be able to make some money. I'm going to want to buy him this or take him out to eat, but he has passed away. And that's one thing that I regret. I wasn't able to, like, return a favor. I know he was my father and that was his job to take care of me and stuff, but I wanted to do stuff for my parents when they got older. My mother is still living and I want to, like, sometimes just go take her to lunch. Let's go to dinner, take her to a show or, just something. So I'm right there. She's in her 80s now and I want to spend more time with her and, do some more things with her and stuff like that. So that's another one of my whys. So MCA has made that possible. MCA, Builderall, my several streams of income, like my t-shirts, crafts and things. So when I tell you guys, start now. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you have a dream in your heart, a passion that you just cannot escape it, you keep thinking about it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. You do not want to have a life of regret. All right, so that is my MCA why. That is my online business why, my several streams of income why. It's not always easy. I'm still in the startup stages, but I love it because I'm in charge. I'm in charge of doing this. Me and God and me, we're in charge. I don't have to answer to a boss, and I love that. It's not an ego thing of like, I don't want to answer to anybody or I'm not having a job. It's not that. It's just that working for someone that is just not in me. The entrepreneurial spirit is just in me. So, all right, that is my why. That's all I had to say. If you have any questions about anything that I do, if you want more information about MCA or anything that I do, please don't hesitate to ask below in the comment section. And I will see you guys next time right back here on Tracy's Place.